territories.
Vous avez été pointé du doigt par M. Poilievre parce que c'est vous qui étiez le ministre de l'immigration.
You pointed the finger at Mr. Poilievre, but you were the immigration minister in the past. Given that the increase in the immigration threshold had an impact, do you not take part of the blame? If I could answer in English, because it's a little harder for me in French.
I've been through 3 elections. In every single election, one of the things I hear from people on the doorstep is we don't just want to hear you trash your opponents, we want to hear what you're actually going to do. Right now, my focus is on building more homes. We heard as we came out of the pandemic, when we were setting immigration levels, from employers, from healthcare systems, from provincial governments, who without exception were demanding more and more and more newcomers to the provincial nominee programs, that we needed to combat some of the negative impacts of the labor shortage that we were dealing with, as we continue to make good on our commitments to the people who served alongside the Canadian Armed Forces in Afghanistan, as we opened our doors to vulnerable Ukrainians, we were facing a lot of pressures at the time. When it comes to the specific issue of the student challenge, that's an issue that should have been addressed at a provincial level and at an institutional level. We gave the opportunity to them to do that. Mr. Poilievre seems to be speaking about me an awful lot these days, regardless of whatever his perspective may be on me. My perspective is that I have an important job to do. It's to build more homes so we can address a national housing crisis. I won't be distracted by the noise. I'm going to be focused on the work.
What was the holdup with the provinces? Was this about money? Were they concerned that this was going to lead to a funding gap at these schools? And if so, are you saying right now, too bad, pony up and cover the cost because we're doing this?
Look, and I will have to go back in after this question just to rejoin the meeting. But province to province, it may vary. There are provinces who will not likely be impacted by the measures that put in place today. I spent 5 years living in Alberta. They probably don't use up their share of the international student program today. So the answer in one province may be different than another province, and the answer within provinces could be quite different because not every institution in every province uses the international student program to the same degree. My sense is that there are certain governments that have a challenge with the program. They do see that it's an opportunity for post-secondary institutions to receive funding that doesn't have to be provided for with provincial budgets. You look in the investments that have been made in the province of Ontario compared to other provinces in post-secondary education over the last number of years, and you can see that as the investment didn't keep pace with other provinces, the international student numbers went up significantly. I don't want to speak to what the motivation may have been for those provinces at the time to resist implementing the kind of reforms that they had the opportunity to deal with, but I'd suggest that's a question appropriately put to some of my provincial counterparts. Excellent. OK, merci tout le monde.